Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday, May 11th, almost 7 p.m. And we were hoping tonight to have the 40th Commissioner of City of New York Police Department, Commissioner Bernie Kerik. Uh, I'm not sure that's going to happen, folks. I think there's a little bit of an issue on his end regarding technology. The last message I just got from him a few minutes ago was that he was having an issue with some security settings on his telephone and wasn't sure that he was going to be able to participate using his phone, and that's what he had available to him. So I don't know. I just sent him a message hoping that maybe he'll still be able to join us, if not with video, at least by audio. Uh, so I'm almost apologizing to you in advance because I'm not so sure that this is actually going to happen. Um, It would have been good, I guess. It could have been good. A lot of stuff to cover. Obviously, crime in the city of New York is a problem that both sides recognize. Having a former police commissioner, I was curious to find out what his thoughts were about that, and of course, also somebody who's spent um, time in jail. I also wanted to, and he's openly spoken about this and written about this extensively. So I wanted to get his take on bail reform and so forth, because you'd be surprised um, with some of his opinions on that. I think also, of course, hoping to have discussed some of the national news. Um, I'm killing a little bit of time just to see if there's a possibility that he might join us. I'm looking at two different screens and trying to figure out if he is able to join using. This is done through StreamYard, which normally works okay, but I guess he has some sort of special security setting or something like that, according to him. So I don't really know. We also have a Zoom backup, which pretty much should work with everybody, but I don't know. So we'll give it another minute or two. And if this doesn't happen, I apologize to everybody and disappointed myself. And I'm sure I've disappointed a few people tonight. You know, maybe, uh, what is that? Okay. No, that's not that. Maybe we'll be able to reschedule this if this doesn't happen tonight in the way that we're hoping. Uh, but I'm just going to give him another minute or two. What's new? I don't know. The world is a little bit of upside down right now. Uh, what's most on worries me the most, honestly, is our economic situation in our country. Another down day today in the stock market. Gas prices continue to be unsustainably high. It would be one thing if it was just gas prices that were high. It would be something that maybe we would all be able to deal with a little bit better if it was just that. But as we all know, expensive gas trickles down to the economy. And then you also have separate independent problems not having to do with the price of gas that are also inflationary. Scary story, I think, mostly out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken, where there's a shortage of baby formula. You put it all together and it's not a good picture. And I certainly voted for President Biden, but I said at the time, I've said ever since, that it doesn't stop me from being critical. If anything, I think we should be more critical of the people that we support. And so I certainly, it's not that I blame him. I don't think he has a real plan that he's shared with the American. At least, not one that he shared with the American people as far as what he's going to do. It's hard for any president to control the price of gas. But going into the job, this isn't like the first presidency. You know when you go into the job that you're going to be gauged largely on your economic package and the economic situation while you're president. So it's a little bit, I don't know what the right word is, but it's a little misleading, or it's a little to say, well, it's not on me, because ultimately history has proven that whoever is the president at the time, gas prices at the time, you link the two um, completely. So right now, it's not like this is a short-term thing. These gas prices have been with us for a while. I remember about a month ago they dropped underneath $4, and that was exciting for a minute, and now we're back up. And from where I am here in Jericho, I could see, when I leave here, I see over at the BJ's parking lot, the gas station, that there are lines now. And you think, well, they must be giving it away, the fuel. And meanwhile, it's a whopping 10 cents cheaper from somewhere else, so instead of being 4.59, they're giving it for 4.49. But that's not exactly a bargain, and people are like just going crazy because they're so stressed out about gas prices. So I certainly would like to see something happen with the president. I'd also like to see my stock, uh, you know, whatever you want to call it, portfolio, makes it sound like it's a lot of money, but whatever little money I have in stocks, I'd like to see them not go down every day. And there are a lot of jokes out there about your 401k is now your 200k or whatever it is. It's funny to a point, but then it also becomes depressing. If you've invested in Bitcoin, you're also worried about that because people don't really feel bad if you invested in Bitcoin. They assume that you're just taking a chance, and they don't really feel bad for you if you're losing your money in that. But for those of us who have invested in Bitcoin, we're now seeing it underneath $30,000 for the first time in a long time. So again, folks, I apologize. I'm killing time here, just trying to see if Commissioner Kerik is somehow able to join us. I will check my phone last time just to see if there's some sort of message, and there is not. Okay. So anyway, recap for those of you who may have missed it. I'm apologizing to you because Commissioner Kerik sent a message just at about 6:40 or so 6:37, saying that he was having an issue logging in using his telephone with the link that this podcast is that we use, and he said that this is because of a security software thing that he has on his phone, and that he was going to try to get somebody to help him. I guess that didn't happen or may not have happened. So give it another minute or so. These are like the old days where I just used to like rant, nobody watched, but so I'll do that again for a minute or two. I don't know. A lot of good stuff to talk about with the commissioner, right? Not exactly, he's a controversial figure in American history, but um, somebody who I think I would have liked to speak with tonight and get his insight and listen to his opinion and maybe have him listen to mine also. So, which I don't know. I don't think that was a bad idea, I guess. You what else can we talk about for a minute? I don't know. The Islanders fired Barry Trotz. Controversial. I'll leave that to my good friends Mike Trezor and Mike Godone to talk about on their show. But it's certainly interesting that the Islanders fired a coach who had done so well for them. I mean, this year was an exception, of course, but I'm not sure how I felt about that. I was upset at first, and then the more I think about it, maybe there was some logic to it. But the real lesson for all of us is that you actually could be pretty good at your job and still get fired. It happens, right? If it could happen to somebody like Barry Trotz, I guess it could happen to all of us. That's really what I took away from it, because you always assume that people get fired because they deserve to get fired, that they did something terrible or that their performance was terrible or whatever. But, Barry Trotz obviously had a bad year this year. The Islanders had a bad year, but it was one bad year in a series of good years or maybe even great years for us. And, still not good enough. So maybe there's a lesson there for all of us that you're really never in control of your destiny if, I don't know, if you work for somebody else or whatever. I guess that's maybe a takeaway. All right, folks. Listen, I don't want to kill your time. I've already probably disappointed a lot of people. Anybody who had mentioned that we were going to have Commissioner Kerik on tonight. There are a few people who I think were sharing this. Kevin McKenna, I think was sharing this on his page. So sorry, Kev. I didn't mean to screw this up tonight, but I guess that's what happened. So I don't know. We'll see, folks. We'll see when we see you. I think we're going to do a show on Monday night, and I'm pretty optimistic that our guest on Monday night will be able to access this from her phone or computer or wherever else she's going to join us from. So that might be on Monday night. And as far as Commissioner Kerik goes, I will reach back to him in a few minutes and see if we can do this again another night, maybe when everything is working, technology and so forth. I think that's what the issue was. That's what I was told. So I will choose to believe that and hopefully move on. Anyway, good night, folks, and sorry about the screw up tonight. Okay, thank you.